Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome to my channel, and my name's Cristin. Typically I upload 3 videos a week, but for all of November I uploaded something every weekday, and then here for the month of December I have been uploading something every weekday. When I'm filming this, I'm still a little undecided if it's going to be every day or every weekday, but November and December are like an exception. Just letting you know. But today we have my empties. These things have been piling up for quite a while, so even though I'm calling them my November empties, they go back quite a ways. They've been piling up for a few months. So let's go ahead and get started before this ends up being any longer than it needs to be. So first thing we can talk about, and just get it out of the way, are tampons. I tried this box. It's not something I would typically buy. My cousin had them. She's not one for tampons, so she gave them to me, and I didn't care for them. They are U by Kotex, and they're the kind that click. It's kind of neat. It's one of those products that's almost gimmicky. It's neat, but it's kind of like, it doesn't make it any more discreet, in my opinion, than like a regular tampon applicator that has the stick part already intact. If you can see here on the back, it comes, we can get it without a glare, it comes all like down in the barrel part, and then you have to click it up, which sounds neat, but in all reality it's not really making much of a difference. I feel like the packaging is about the same size. It's not really any more discreet. I don't know. But as for the tampon itself, I didn't really care for it. I felt like it pretty much just stayed in a typical tampon shape, like when they first come out of the bullet. I don't know, it didn't impress me really. So I will definitely still be continuing to buy my Tampax Pearl. These ones I love. I'm not really showing it here on the box how it flares out, but once you insert it, it opens up and flares out, and I just feel like it does a much better job. So if you're thinking about starting to use tampons, or you're still trying to find a good tampon for you, I would definitely highly recommend trying the Tampax Pearl. I've been using these for well over 10 years now. They're my go-to, and I would definitely recommend these ones. These ones I think you can skip. I don't think they're that great. They're just not worth it, in my opinion. Next one here is just some soft soap. Soothing aloe vera. It did okay for a hand soap. I mean, I wasn't overly impressed by it or overwhelmed by it, but it was a hand soap. I had it in my bathroom. It got the job done. I think it was like $1, so for the price you can't beat it. This next one here is some candle wax, or wax melts. If you're new to my empties, I go through a lot of wax melts in my wax warmer. So this one is from Warm Glow Candle Company. They're hand dipped in Indiana, and the smell was melon splash. My mom did give this to me. She got like a big thing of the scent chips. They were like $7.50 for a full bag, and she gave me half of it. They smelled okay, but it's definitely one of those smells that's more for like a smaller room, and when I use my wax melt, I need the scent to fill up my hallway, my kitchen, my dining room, and my living room. So I need something that's much more strongly scented. So I think I would pass on getting these again. But if you're smelling up a smaller room, I think they would do the job. Then we also have a packet. You hear that? My cat and my dog are in their roughhousing. It sounded vicious, I know it did, but they're in their roughhousing. Molly! Molly, quit. Leave the cat alone. So this next one here is from Better Homes and Gardens. We have a puppers right here. Hi, I see you. I see you. Are you ready for your close-up? I'm ready for my close-up. So this one is from Better Homes and Gardens. It's wax melts as well. I'm pretty sure this was sent to me by Haley. She's one of my friends here on YouTube, so I can leave her channel link down below. Are you dancing? What are you doing? Do you think I'm talking to you? I think she thinks I'm talking to her. So it's Vanilla Cookie Crunch. You can get these at Walmart. I think these smell awesome. This is also something that I like to mix in with like other candle waxes. This one here in particular that's sitting right on top, there's actually 2 of them here. We have Purple Sands, which I thought this was a cherry, but Purple Sands, loved it, smelled amazing. I would highly, highly recommend this one. It's so good. This next one here is Hazelnut Cream. I liked it okay, but I don't know that I'd rebuy it. It is very coffee scented. I'm not the biggest fan of coffee smells. It's one of those things where, like, I like the idea of it, but I don't actually like it. But I like taking the vanilla cookie. Can you hear my son? He's supposed to be taking a nap, and he's doing everything but napping. He's in there playing. You can hear him. Anyways, I like to take the vanilla cookie and mix it in with the hazelnut, so it just kind of gives it more of a vanilla scent, kind of cut back on the coffee smell. There's also a cherry wax melt that I thought I used up, but maybe I didn't. I'm not really sure, but I like to mix the vanilla in with the cherry, and it just kind of gives like a cherry vanilla smell. So this is one of those wax melts I like to have on hand because even though it's really good on its own, it's great to mix in with other scents, especially if they need to be like toned down a notch. So next thing on top is a body spray. This is Bombshell in Bloom by Victoria's Secret. This guy took me forever to use up. Honestly, I think like the very last little bit of him had probably started to go bad because it just wasn't smelling like it used to. And so honestly, I just like sprayed the rest of it out. I didn't use like the very last little bit that was down in here because I had him forever. Like I myself probably had it for a good 2-ish years, maybe longer, and it was one that was given to me by my cousins. My dog and my cat are getting into it again. They're not fighting, they're playing, but they're very loud about it. So if you hear that, I'm sorry, but if I wait for them to stop, I'd never film. So anyways, I really like the way this smells. I'm sure it smells even better when it's brand new, but it's one of those things I was kind of glad to finally get used up. These next couple things here that I got used up were just travel size things that I got from hotels. We have the Neutrogena shampoo and conditioner. I really like the way these smell. They're really nice. And then these ones are a white water collection, also a shampoo and conditioner set. And anytime I go to hotels or anything, I always take these home with me because I paid for them, why not? And so I like to get them used up. And sometimes you find things that you really like and then you want more and you can't really get more because it's hotel soap, but I still enjoy it. Next one here is a tube of Colgate Optic White toothpaste. The flavor is Icy Fresh, whiter teeth in 1 week. I definitely think that is true. It does a lot to like whiten your teeth. That being said, I use this sparingly because I do have sensitive teeth, and so if I use this too many weeks in a row, my teeth start getting kind of painful. So I'll use this and then I'll switch to something else and then I come back to it. Next thing here is a little mini travel size set from Bath & Body Works. It's the Oahu Coconut Sunset. I don't even know if they sell these anymore. Everything that I'm mentioning here will be linked down below if I can link it. But this was something that was in my collection for a while. I really, really like the smell of it. So nice. It just makes you think of the beach, kind of coconut, kind of a pineapple, really sweet. I really like it. So I will definitely link it down below if I'm able to because I really enjoyed these scents. So this next one here isn't exactly beauty related. It's the OxiClean Max Force Pre-Treater Gel Stick, but I still want to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it every time I use one up because they are fantastic for getting stains out. And of course you want to pre-treat this before you wash your clothes. So while I'm getting everything ready to go in the wash, I treat whatever needs to be treated, and then I put it in the washing machine, and then I get everything loaded on top of it, so that way the stick has a bit of a time to like set in. It's in there for, you know, a few minutes or whatever before I start the wash cycle. But this has saved so many of my son's clothes, like white bibs, white shirts, lightly colored outfits. This has done an amazing job to save those pieces. And of course, if you're just a person that wears clothing, I feel like you should have this in your arsenal because everybody gets a stain every now and then. And I have yet to find a stain that this has not been able to take care of, as long as the article of clothing has not gone through the dryer first. If you've already washed and dried that piece of clothing and it has a stain on it, you're probably not going to be able to get it out. But if it's a fresh stain and you haven't washed it yet, pre-treat it with this, pop it in the wash, and then check it before you put it into the dryer. There has been a few times when I've had to do this twice, like stain stick it, wash it. It still has a little bit of stain in it, so I stain stick it again, wash it again, and then typically on the second, it'll come out if it didn't come out on the first. So as long as your clothes don't go through the dryer with the stain on them, I think you can get them out with this stuff right here. The next thing I have is a package of the Ardell Demi Wispies. And I know they're like all the rage here on YouTube. They're eyelashes, in case you're wondering what they are. They're eyelashes. I personally didn't like them. I know everybody raves about them, but from my eyes personally, they just weren't long enough. I felt like they still set lower behind my natural lashes. My natural lashes have a lot of length to them. They just don't always look very thick. So I need something that's longer than they are and thicker than they are. And these just didn't work for me, surprisingly. And I was very disappointed by it because so many people talk about them on YouTube. But I'm definitely not going to be rebuying this in particular. This right here is a bottle of the Crest Daily Silk White Peach and Silky Orange Blossom body wash. I really like it. I feel like it smelled really, really good. But if you've been watching Coffee Break with Danny for a while, then you know that they have changed the formula of this and the packaging, so it's no longer the same. I don't know that I'm going to go out of my way to repurchase this, just because I like trying new things. So unless I just happen to have excess of something, you know, just like a stockpile or whatever, I typically don't repurchase the same stuff too often. So probably won't be rebuying it, but I did really like this. This is the original formula of it, so I'm not sure how the new one stacks up. Danny obviously doesn't like it, but I liked the old one. Okay, I recently went through my makeup drawer and I got rid of anything that I've had sitting around for way too long that's obviously just expired. And this guy right here is from e.l.f. and it is the lip primer and plumper. Now the primer part I never use, and it's just like this, almost looks like a concealer, but it's for your lips. It's weird going on. I don't know how well you guys can even see that right there. It doesn't feel like something you'd want to be putting on your lips, to be completely honest. It feels like a concealer for your face. It doesn't feel like a lip product at all. It's a little dry of a formula. It's not very moisturizing, and I just don't think it's a great idea. To further that, I don't know that they offer any other primer colors. I feel like white or beige or whatever you want to call this is pretty much the only primer color you're going to find available. It could be different online, but when I purchased this in store, it was all packaged, so I didn't know what I was getting. And it turned out, I mean, to be my color, which I guess would have been a good thing if I used it. But for anyone who has a different color of lip or different skin tone, I don't know that you're going to be able to use that color anyways. Not that I would personally recommend it because, again, that's a very dry feeling formula. It doesn't feel like something that's meant for your lips. I wouldn't recommend that part. This part is the plumper, and you can smell the cinnamon in it. And I used a lot of it. It has turned yellow because it has gone bad. I imagine a lot of that is bacteria and yucky stuff because, like I said, I used it a lot and then I forgot about it and got left in the back of the makeup drawer. So it's not supposed to be yellow. It was like a white or almost clear, pretty much a clear kind of color. But when you put it on your lips, it went on sheer, you didn't see anything. But that cinnamon, it didn't taste too bad, but that cinnamon was very strong. You could feel it get into your lips and it would kind of tingle and kind of burn a little bit, but you know, pain is beauty, and I definitely feel like it did a lot to plump my lips. So I would definitely be open to repurchasing this again just for the plumper itself. This next one here is a little product from e.l.f. that has also probably gone bad. It's seen better days. It is, the color is Pink Petal, and it is an e.l.f. lip stain. So I don't know if there's anything left in here. A little bit of color left in there, but again, it's been sitting around for so long that I'm not going to use it because I'm sure it's expired. I think this is one of their $1 products, and honestly, I don't remember ever really using it that much. I might not have liked it, but it's been sitting in my drawer for like a long time. So I don't really have a lot to say as far as reviewing the product goes. But it's in here, so we're talking about it. This next little set I used to love and wear it all of the time. I just happened to buy this particular fresh set right around the time that I found YouTube and really started playing with other better makeup products. So it kind of got forgotten, and it's probably gone bad by now, but it's the BB cream from Garnier. Honestly, I don't even think it's in the correct color for me because it is quite dark. This one is light medium. I would need a lighter color than that, but back before I found YouTube, I was definitely buying the wrong shade of foundation for myself often. So it says it's a BB cream. I think it's definitely more of a medium coverage foundation. I don't even think it counts as a BB cream. And then you have the highlighter right here, which I loved this thing. It was like an under eye concealer. It was supposed to be cooling to the under eyes. I used this thing all of the time. I don't know if there's any product left in there. A little bit. Definitely too dark for my skin tone. What was I thinking? I have no idea. And then this one's too dark for my skin tone as well. You can just see right there from the package, but way too dark for me. Again, what was I thinking? But I loved this foundation. I bought who knows how many tubes of it. I loved this stuff, and I would be kind of interested in trying it again, you know, trying to definitely get a correct skin match this time, and maybe trying it with a beauty blender and seeing how well it did, because I loved it, loved it, loved it back in the late 2008, 2009, 2010 time frame. So continuing on with more makeup that has expired, I have a waterproof eyeliner pen from e.l.f. and it is a brown color. I probably never used it because it's brown when I bought it. I'm sure I thought it was a black. Definitely very, very pigmented. And the little felt tip on there is very, very tiny. So if you're someone who's any good at doing winged liner, you might really like this guy. I think I paid about $1 for him, but I don't know that I ever actually used him. Again, he's been sitting in my drawer for years now, so I don't know that he's any good. So we're gonna toss him, but I might have to look into buying another one of these eventually and seeing how they work. This next little guy right here is a foundation from the Dollar Tree. Again, not my skin tone, just the closest that they had. And I used this particular kind of foundation for years, like several years in high school. I'd say 2007, 2008, 2009. This was the foundation I was using in high school whenever I did use foundation. I was one of those people who, like, I either wore it or I never wore it. Like, it was somewhere in between. I didn't wear it a ton. But when I did, this is what I used, and I loved it, and surprisingly I had compliments on it, which it wasn't my skin tone, so I don't know why they liked it either. Maybe they were just trying to be nice, but this was my go-to foundation in high school. Not this particular tube. I actually bought this particular tube for a video I did using all Dollar Tree makeup. I did that a couple of years ago, so I can leave a link to that below if you want to see it, but this has still been sitting in a drawer for a couple of years now. Next one here is a little duo lip gloss that I got in a Christmas set. Who knows how old I was when I got this. This has been sitting around for a while. Possibly older than some of you people watching. Let's just put it at that. I'm sure it's not any good anymore. Next one here is just a Kids Crest toothpaste. I ended up getting this as a sample at the county fair over the summer, and at the time my son wasn't brushing his teeth yet. He didn't really have much teeth, so I went ahead and used it, and it's just been sitting in this bucket for a very long time. So I don't know, but the flavor was Minty Breeze. It definitely had a berry flavor to it, but it was kind of fun to use. It was one of those definitely like foamed up in your mouth. This one here is some wax melts. The scent is Peaceful Waters Wax Cubes. And it was one of those that I really liked it at first, but then like the smell just started getting to me. It was almost too strong. So I think I had to take like a break from it and then come back to it. So it's definitely a very strong scent wax cube. It's also kind of like a man's cologne. So if you like that kind of a scent, kind of like a manly, cologne-y kind of a scent, I think you'll like this. This next one here is another one of those e.l.f. products that I bought and then like never really used. It's a eyeliner and shadow stick. And the shadow stick on this broke or something. Yeah, it's like all shoved up here in the tube, so I can't really show it to you. There's not much there to see. It's like a gray shiny shimmer, and I don't know why I didn't use this because it's really pretty. I really like that. That's a really pretty color. It'd be great for like a fall color. And this black one, this other side of it is just a black eyeliner, which again would have been really good. Yeah, it feels fine going on, so I don't know why I didn't use this product, but it's been sitting in a drawer for like 30+ years, so I'm sure it probably needs to go by now. This one here, I showed it in a video, I think it was a vlog maybe, a while ago. And I've had this guy since high school. It brought back memories when I came across it. And then I put it on and it burned my lips and it tasted awful. And I instantly regretted my decision to use it. But I loved this in high school. I think it was one of those b&BW lip glosses. It was like a frosty pink. I loved it. I wore it all the time. Me and a couple of friends had these ones. And they were like our go-to lip glosses every day. So it was this lip gloss and this foundation, or when I hit about my senior year, it was this foundation and concealer. We were so beautiful. Next one here is a setting spray. This one is, can you guys just see the dust? These have been sitting for so long, they've got dust on them. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you can see it like floating here. It's so gross. This one is Hard Candy Fast and Fabulous Makeup Setting Spray. I like the formula okay. Wasn't the biggest fan of the nozzle on here. I felt like it wasn't a fine enough mist. The one I'm using currently is from Wet n Wild, and I'm loving the nozzle. I think the mister is perfect. It's just like a nice light mist across the face, even coverage of the misting, so I'm really liking that. But formula good, nozzle was mediocre. Okay, next one here is another hand soap. It's also from Soft Soap. Are these the same thing? Yes, they're both from Soft Soap, this and the aloe vera one. This one is Cherry Blossom. It smelled good, but again, it was just a hand soap. I think they're about $1. So if you just need some cheap hand soap to keep on hand, you know, it's a good brand to go with because I feel like it does a good job and it normally smells pretty good, but it doesn't have a whole lot for a wow factor. So packaging is pretty mediocre, products pretty mediocre. I mean, it does its job, but it's not like super exciting. But if you just need some cheap hand soap, this will get the job done for you. This one here is a chapstick that I finally used up, and I will not be rebuying it. It is from Wet n Wild, and it is Juice. I don't even know if they have these anymore, to be honest with you. I bought it a while ago, and it took me ages to get through it. I finally just made it like my go-to chapstick until it was used up. The flavor is strawberry, and it is very pink. Very, very pink. And it is tinted, so it definitely shows up. It is a very, very pink chapstick. I don't know if it's showing up here on camera now, but I definitely feel like this is one of those products that you have to have a mirror for. It's not one of those chapsticks that you can just throw in your bag and then grab it out as needed. You have to have a mirror for this because otherwise you end up with like pink everywhere. It's not attractive. Did it one time because I didn't realize it was so pigmented. It was probably the first or second time that I used it. Lesson learned. It does have an SPF of 15 in it. I may have mentioned that already, which I like that. The flavoring was nice. The texture, formula, all that stuff was nice. Wasn't a fan of how pigmented it was and just how overall big it is. It's just like a massive thing of chapstick. And even when you go to put it on, it's not very precise. Again, why you need the mirror. Because even if you think that you can do this without a mirror, just because of the size of it, you're probably still going to end up not staying on your lips because it is just such a big chapstick. Okay, we've got two products in here that are very similar, so we'll go ahead and talk about them at the same time. Both are gel pot eyeliners. This one is Fantabulous Gel Eyeliner from J-Cat, and this one, I'm mistaken, is a eyeshadow base. Okay, well, I thought this was a Mary Kay gel pot eyeliner. I was wrong. So, with this Fantabulous Gel Eyeliner from J-Cat, I tried it. One, it's not exactly black. It's like a blue black. And for two, I just suck at doing wing liner. I suck at it. I have tried it with pencils. I have tried it with felt tips. I have tried it with like the little brushes. I've tried it in a pot, and I just can't do wing eyeliner. I struggle. So I tried it. Wasn't really a great color. I'm pretty sure this came from Ipsy, and I just wasn't able to do a wing with it, so I didn't really use that much of it. This one here that I thought was a Mary Kay eyeliner is actually from L'Oreal, and it's their Magic Base Perfecting Base. I liked it okay. It was kind of like a whipped or moussey formula. There's nothing left in the jar. I've used all of it, so there's nothing in there to see. But I liked it okay, but I feel like it was kind of a fussy product because I had to be really careful to push it into the skin, because if I did any kind of wiping with my finger, then it kind of peeled up. It didn't lay flat. So I had to be careful to make sure that I was pushing it into the skin. Now once it was on there, it wore comfortably. I felt like it did a really good job underneath of my makeup, and I had no problems applying my makeup on top of it once this was kind of absorbed into my skin or set or whatever you want to call it. I didn't have much problems after it was applied, but applying it, I had to be really careful, otherwise it wanted to peel up. So would I buy it again? Probably not. I feel like there's better primers out there, but it was kind of fun to play with and try out, so it wasn't a bad one, but I wouldn't buy it again. Okay, we have another weird little foundation. This was another one from the Dollar Tree. The brand is Energine. Probably not my skin tone either, and I bought this one when I did the full face of makeup from the Dollar Tree. So again, that video will be linked below if you want to check it out. I didn't like this. If I remember correctly, I put it on and then it started irritating my skin like immediately, and I had to go wash my face. So would not recommend this. If you're in the Dollar Tree, I think you can skip it. Okay, we've got a couple of more toothpaste. This one's from the Dollar Tree. It's called Natural White. It's for sensitive teeth, and it's like a mint flavor, I think. Whitening fluoride toothpaste. It was okay. It was pretty underwhelming product. The flavor wasn't great. If I remember right, the toothpaste itself was almost like a pink color, which is just weird to me. I don't know how well you guys can see that there on the package, but it didn't look like something you should be brushing your teeth with. So for paying $1 for it, it was okay, but you can still get like Crest toothpaste from the Dollar Tree, so I think you can skip this one. If you need cheap toothpaste, you can still get better toothpaste than this. This next one here is a sample of Sensodyne that I got from Pinch Me. If you guys want to check out Pinch Me, I'll have a link for it down below. It's kind of like a subscription service, except where you get completely free samples and you don't have to pay for shipping. Anyone can sign up for it, so I'll leave a link to that down below if you want to go check it out. I also have Pinch Me unboxings if you want to watch those, so I can link those below as well if you kind of want like a better idea of what Pinch Me is. But this is just their deep clean toothpaste. Maximum strength with fluoride. Not really sure what the flavor is. It was like a minty flavor, and you did okay. It was Sensodyne toothpaste. If you've used Sensodyne, then you've used this. It wasn't like super exciting or anything. It did the job. I would use it again, but I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it. Okay, this guy here, I bought, I don't even know if I can read what it is anymore because it's all worn off. Okay, I had to take a minute and look it up on my phone. So this is the CoverGirl True Blend Fix Stick Blendable Concealer. This was another foundation and concealer set that I was like super into for a while, or at least I was into the foundation part. The concealer, again, not my color. What was I thinking? I have no idea. Definitely not my color. I'm running out of places to swatch things. It's very thick concealer, very sticky. I didn't use a ton of it. There's a lot of product left here. It's been sitting in my vanity for a very long time. I wouldn't rebuy it. I liked the foundation, but I wouldn't recommend buying the concealer. It's really not worth it. Okay, this one here is another little find from the Dollar Tree that I really liked and will definitely be rebuying. Oh, it still smells so good in the packaging. So it's from Luminous, and it is pumpkin cheesecake tea light candles. These were pretty decent size, or they're called votive candles. They're pretty decent sized little candles, and what I did with them was I just chopped them up and put them in my wax melt. If you've been watching me for a while, then you know my feeling about actual candles. They kind of freak me out having an open flame in the house, so I typically, any candles I get, I just chop them up and I put them in my wax melts. But I went ahead and went with this scent because one, it smelled amazing, and two, they had a wax melt in this scent at the Dollar Tree, but in the wax cube form, like it wasn't very strongly scented. So I definitely would recommend going ahead and getting the votive candles. They smell so good. It's a pumpkin cheesecake. It just makes your whole house smell amazing. So if they still have these, I would definitely recommend picking some up. Next one here is another Dollar Tree find. It is Bubble Bath. This one is warm vanilla sugar. Smells just like Bath & Body Works warm vanilla sugar. I loved it. Used all of it, obviously. I would definitely repurchase. But I have noticed that in store, these tend to have different colors. Like if you go look at them in the store, they'll be the same scent, but one will be like this weird yellow and another one on the shelf will be like more of a brown color that you would more associate with being a warm vanilla sugar. So that's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that, but it worked really well and it smelled really nice. Next one here, I think I got these from influencers, so it's another one of those places where you can get free samples and you don't have to pay for them, so I will leave a link to those down below along with my influencer unboxings. This I think is a Target exclusive. It's the Live Clean Coconut Milk Shampoo and Conditioning Set. I love these. I thought they smell amazing. I think the bottles are super cute just sitting in the shower. They almost look like milk jugs, like old-fashioned milk jugs. At least that's what it makes me think of. Again, it smells really good. I enjoyed it. I think it did good stuff. It's 97% plant derived. So if that's important to anybody, I guess that's cool. It's in the labeling down here, kind of like big red labeling, so I don't know. But eco-friendly, it says that as well. But I really liked this product. So if you've been thinking about trying it, I'd say go ahead and give it a go. This guy right here, I loved him. Oh my gosh. That's from Catwalk TGI, and it's a root booster. So if you feel like your hair is just getting a little flat right around the roots, you take this and you just kind of like a dry shampoo. You just want to separate your hair out and then you can hit it. Can I figure out how to put my face? You hit it like right along the lines where like you part back. And just shush it in and it'll just give your hair a lift and you can feel it working, which is kind of a weird sensation. But I loved this thing. I would definitely repurchase. This one here is a shampoo from White Rain. It's supposed to be moisturizing for normal to dry hair. It doesn't say what the smell is. It's just classic White Rain shampoo. It was okay. It did its job. I wouldn't repurchase. I felt like I had to do 2 or 3 lathers to really get a good suds on it. I felt like the first lather, you ever get a shampoo where you feel like the first lather doesn't do much? It doesn't really soap up and your hair just feels greasy and dirty and you have to rinse it out and then you have to do it again and then you get like a good wash out of it. That's kind of how this one was. So I wouldn't go out of my way to rebuy it, but I mean, it was okay. This next one here is a little travel size set from Cristin, moisture rich with vitamin E. It doesn't really say what the smell is, but Cristin always smells amazing. I love Cristin, so I would definitely repurchase. I've had it before. I will have it again. I like this stuff. There's not much more to say about it. I just really like Cristin. Okay, we are nearing towards the end, guys. There's a few more products, and they are all makeup related. Well, almost all makeup related. So this guy right here is a little brow pencil I got from the Dollar Tree. Again, for that video that I did with the all Dollar Tree makeup. Definitely wasn't in my color. If I remember right, the formula wasn't very nice. It was kind of, yeah, it feels like using a scratchy lead pencil. So not very nice or friendly on the face. It's kind of neat because it comes with a little brow brush and it also comes with tweezers. I don't know how good the tweezers are because I've never used them, but still kind of neat that it comes with it. That being said, I wouldn't recommend the product itself just because of how scratchy it feels going on. It's not pleasant. Next one here is another one of those old favorites from high school. I lived in this blood red lipstick. It was like one of those lip glossy type of things I used to get at the local Dollar General. I had several of them. He's gone bad now, but it kind of brought back good memories when I came across him in my makeup drawer. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and toss it out because even though I want to be sentimental and keep it, there's really no reason to have it taking up space. So we're going to toss it out, but definitely had some good memories with this guy. Loved wearing him in high school. I might have to go back to the Dollar Tree and see if they still have him and try it again. This next one here is a travel size of the Bath & Body Works Sweet Pea. It smelled good. It was Sweet Pea. I like Sweet Pea okay. I feel like I have acquired several Sweet Pea bottles of body spray over the years. I'm not really sure how it happened because Sweet Pea is not exactly my favorite scent, but I do like it. I like it enough to use it up, and I'll use up the rest of the ones that I have. Would I rebuy it? Probably not, but I like it, and I will continue to use the ones that I have on hand. Okay, this guy right here, there's not a whole lot to be said about him other than I used the living heck out of it. It's one of those fun little makeup kits that you get at Christmas time from like Walmart, and they have like a whole bunch of these different like sets in it. I don't know why I like this one so well. Blues and grays typically aren't a great shadow match for my eyes. They don't do good things, but apparently I liked it when I got it because I used a lot of it. But it's definitely seen better days, and I think it's probably gone bad by now. I wouldn't feel comfortable putting these on my eyes, so we're gonna be tossing this one out. Okay, we've got a couple of mascaras in here. This one is from Lancome. I really liked this one. I think my friend Tara gave me this. I'll leave a link to her channel down below if you want to go check her out. The brush was really good. I enjoyed that. I like the formula. Not surprising seeing as it's Lancome, and Lancome is kind of a fancier product. Most of their stuff is normally pretty good. I have no idea what it is. If I can find it, I'll link it. But there's literally nothing left labeling wise on the packaging because it all wore off as I was using it. But I really liked it. I thought the formula was great. I feel like it did great things to my lashes. The brush was nice. So if I can find it, I'll have it linked below. And then this next one here is from Smashbox. It's called Full Exposure Mascara. And I couldn't get past this brush here. The formula wasn't bad, but that brush is just hugely obnoxious. It was hard to work with. I was constantly hitting myself in the face with this thing. So I used it a couple of times and I said, I'm done. And so we're getting rid of it. I can't with it. That being said, if the brush from the Lancome fits inside of this one, that will work. So I'll go toss this guy back into my makeup drawer. Somebody might be grossed out by that, but it wasn't that long ago that I stopped using the Lancome, so and it was only me using it, so like whatever, if you're worried about germs or whatever, don't do it with your own, but this will keep me from wasting a mascara. So stay tuned. This will probably end up being in another Empties here before long, and I'll let you know how it works out now that it has a better brush in it. We can go ahead and talk about these two guys all at once. One's from b&BW, the other one was like a gift set. I think it's Mark from Avon. Cute packaging, cute little beads it hangs off of so you can attach it to things. They're just little lip glosses. I remember the b&BW tasted really good. It was like a cupcake taste. I had these back in like high school. I'm sure they're not any good anymore. The red one has all kinds of fuzzy gunk all over it. So it's just time to throw these ones away. This next one here is a chapstick from Avon that again I had from like high school. It has an SPF of 15 on it, which is nice. It is very, very, very dark. I don't know if Avon sells these anymore or not. If they do, I'll link them below because they are quite nice. But this one just got forgotten and it's gone bad. So we're going to have to toss him out, unfortunately. That's what happens when you just end up with an excess amount of things, which is something, now that I'm older, I'm trying to buy as I need and not buy as I want. It's hard to do. But unfortunately, he went bad. So we're going to toss him out. Okay, we're down to two more items. So this one here is a lipstick. He was from a gift set from like Walmart or something. Really pretty, natural looking pink color, at least for me. I loved him. I used him quite a bit, but he has gone bad and he's now irritating my lips. This next one was from Ipsy, and I swear he didn't last very long because I would have used him up. I think within about 2 to 3 months of using this little sample guy, he went bad. And you might be able to see like the discoloration right around the edges there. Yeah, it's just not doing good things anymore. The color is Desert Rose, and the brand is Noye, I think. N-O, little asterisk mark, Y-A-H. Again, I loved him, but I don't know if it's made from like an all-natural product or something, and maybe that's why it went bad so quickly because it doesn't have preservatives. I could be wrong. I loved that color. I thought it was gorgeous. I used it a lot, but within like 3 months of using it, it gone bad. So I'm definitely glad that Ipsy sent out a tiny little sampling of it. And honestly, I wish you could get more lipsticks in these tiny little samplings because this seems a little more realistic to be able to use up versus getting like a full lipstick for $5 or $6. That's much bigger and you're not able to get through it. But that's just my 2 cents. So that is everything for my Empties. Are you guys liking the new Empties bucket? My OGs that have been here for a while probably remember the basket I was using. And Banjo, my cat, his fat butt broke it. He kept sitting on it and ended up getting flipped upside down. He sat on it and just busted it through one side. So that's gone now. But I found this cute little bucket at Meijer, a little trash can. It's got like silver along the edges. I think it's adorable. So just introducing you to the new Empties basket. But that is it for today's video. I really hope you did enjoy. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you've tried any of the products that I'm sharing with you guys. Everything that I have mentioned in today's video will be linked down below, along with all of the videos that I've mentioned. Anything from Dollar Tree, I'm not sure that I can tag that below, so I'm sorry if I can't list it, but I'll try to list as much as I can. Otherwise, I really hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.